Resist now. Resist now.
Yo, 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 yo. Testing mic 1 2 1 2. Testing mic 1 2 1 2. Yo, yo, yo. Man, it's been a minute since I've been on. I shouldn't have left you without a live stream to vibe to. And you know what, guys? I'm not really going to get into details. A lot has been going on in my life personally. You know what I mean? And just dealing with, family members and things like that. And I've been thinking a lot lately about how life goes by so fast, right? I was watching a movie which was the worst movie ever on Netflix. I highly recommend you don't watch it. But I was watching a movie called Time Cut the other day, which was just I don't even know who decided it was a good idea to make that movie. It was so trash. But in the movie, it's basically like a sci-fi time travel horror movie. And the girl, the main character, who's she's a mixed girl, right? She goes back in time to 2003. And bruh, time out for a second, because in 2003, I was just starting my first year of college. So that lets you know how old I am. And then somebody said that time travel movies now, back in the day when I was in 2003, when I was young, they would always go back to the 80s or 70s and 60s, right? Now the 80s are the early 2000s and the 90s are the 70s. And I'm just thinking like, dang, like time flies by and man, I'm really, really old. You know what I'm saying? Shout out Israel. I'm still around. So, I just say that because time flies by really fast. You know what I'm saying? And I'm looking at the time right now and I'm seeing certain things happening that wasn't around 20 years ago. Some good, a lot of bad. Let's keep it real. And I'm just like, what happened? Like, when did this all like shift? You know what I mean? And I've talked about the shift too. A lot of people have talked about how since 2020, it feels like the universe has shifted, or that, reality doesn't feel real because it feels like we're in another dimension or things like that. I've talked about that, but it's just bizarre to me. It's kind of like the Boondocks. Remember the Boondocks when they came out? And you would think what they were saying is crazy, right? In the Boondocks. And now when you look at the Boondocks, a lot of the things that they talked about in 2004, 5, 6, 7, and 8, right? When the Boondocks was running, like a lot of that stuff is happening now. And it's kind of freaky because it just lets you know, like, we are living in an era of Idiocracy. If you've ever seen that movie, you know what I'm saying? Some of you may have seen Idiocracy. Hit one in the chat if you know what I'm talking about. And I remember I watched Idiocracy when it came out in 2006, right? And me and my cousin at the time, we were laughing at it. And then I watched it again in 2021. And now the movie is not funny anymore because a lot of that stuff is happening for real. You know what I mean? And it's just wild because it feels like people are losing their minds and stuff like that. And I just be watching things, social media, and I just be like, a lot of people, like, this is the part that bothers me about this quote unquote woke era. Everybody's so woke, right? But a lot of people lack critical thinking. Like, people don't want to critically think anymore, okay? Whether you think a person is guilty or not, fine. I'm not here to defend Diddy. I'm not talking about Diddy. I'm just speaking in general. But what I'm saying is like people lack critical thinking. Instead of saying, hey, what about due diligence, the process, this and that? It's just kind of like a herd mentality, right? And it's not just about like politics or just everything in general. And it's kind of freaky that people have this type of mentality of being herd mentality and they can't think for themselves. A lot of people are just jumping on a wave because they want to be part of a movement. And it doesn't necessarily mean that the movement they're jumping on is conducive to their beliefs, because a lot of people would rather fit in than stand out. And that's why I named this channel Trendsetter Crypto TV, because we don't want to stand in, we want to stand out. And it's not that we want to stand out to stand out, is that if you're in crypto, you already stand out automatically by default because you are a futuristic thinker. You are able to think unorthodox, meaning you think outside of the box. You can think about what happens 10, 20, 30 years down the road. A lot of people, y'all, let's keep it real. A lot of people can't even think about what's going to happen 5 years from now or 1 year from now. You ever talk to your normie friends, and I don't mean no disrespect by that term, but let's keep it a buck. You ever talk to your regular friends about, crypto or AI? And then it's like I have, and people don't really think about the future. And I understand a lot of people are just following what's happening because, they're trying to live day by day. But it's scary to me that people don't think about the future. They don't even think, like I said, 5 years or a year ahead. And I promise you this, you don't got to believe me, take my word for it. Just, let time do the talking. But this world 5 years from now is going to be completely different than it is today. And we're going to talk about some of that. I've been put y'all on the AI game for nearly 2 years. We've been talking about crypto for a minute, right? You guys, some of y'all been here since 2017. So you already know what time it is. Shout out to Shadow Zulu. He says, I was crack watching the whole Idiocracy movie. It's crazy how everything in that movie is being manifested today. Facts. South Park, real. Family Guy, real. American Dad, real. Boondocks, real. Black Mirror, real. Now I want to see if We Walking Dead. See, See, when we get to the Walking Dead era, family, you do not want to be around that. Trust me. I assure you. I seen a book today called In My Daddy's Belly. Oh, yeah, Nassif. That there's going to be tech coming out. Maybe I can't give you a time frame. Maybe 40, 50, 60 years from now where men will be able to carry babies and then they'll do C-sections. I know that sounds insane, but the technology that is going to come out in the next 3 to 4, 5 decades is going to blow a lot of people's minds. And a lot of y'all going to be around to see it. Some of us, we might be too old or not even around. Shadow Zulu says, idiocracy is definitely what American people have become. Definitely. Not just American people, but over the world. But in America particularly, because most of the world is laughing at us. Nassif says, my normie friends are left behind. My real friends now, we make 2,000 plus a week driving up and Lyft. Yeah, definitely. Get that bread, bro. Get that bread, Nassif. I'm not mad at that. Now, guys, make sure to get tuned in to the Patreon. For those who know, you know. I gotta shout it out because I'm always active there. You get access to my Telegram group. And my Telegram group, they'll tell you, like, I'm numero uno when it comes to activities. So I'm always posting. I'm always active. Quickest way to get a hold of me. Also, the Patreon is where it gets lit. Let's get straight to it, okay? So I don't know when was the last time I did live stream. Maybe in the summer. It's been a minute. But, Bitcoin, we hit 73, right? A few days ago. Current market cap is 2.3, trillion, right? And the Bitcoin dominance is at 58%. It was nearly at 60%. Ethereum is at 2400. Solana has retraced. So right now the market is retracing, right? And today, guys, we're going to talk about how the election will impact the cryptocurrency space because I think it's very important, right? It's very important for us in this video because this is a long time coming. We remember when people thought crypto was a joke, when, people that were experts, financial advisors, thought that crypto was a joke. You know what I mean? Israel says, I've been privy to the stuff since 1516, predictive programming. Yeah, facts. All of that, facts. Shadow Zulu says they have Japanese robots now almost completed to giving. Whoo, you know what I'm saying? And like I said, a lot of people, and I understand people are busy with family and people are trying to stay afloat because inflation, things are expensive, but you still have to pay attention to what's going on around you, right? Because if you don't know what's going on around you, then how will you be able to, take advantage of certain things or prepare for certain things, right? So right now, the crypto market, guys, is looking very good. I mean, October was kind of a dud in my opinion. Yes, we had a good last week for Bitcoin, but altcoins is what we're looking at, right? And so I do think that, altcoin season will happen, hopefully sooner than later. I'm not going to give any predictions, but that's just what I'm seeing, okay? So now let's talk about what's going on with this election. So a lot of crypto money has gotten into these candidates, right? We're talking about the crypto community or people that are pro crypto have spent nearly $120 million to the watchdog group Public Citizen. That doesn't even include the donations to, if you are a Trump supporter or a Harris supporter, right? And this is how you get things done. And this is one of the reasons why I had to leave the manosphere alone because cats didn't understand it. If you want to get things changed in America, you got to talk with your wallet. And the crypto community understands that. That's why they're putting their money behind their candidates. Whether you agree with Trump or not, or Harris or not, the crypto community understands that if you want to get legislature done, if you're going to want to get rules enacted or laws enacted or changed, you got to talk with your wallet, right? Because in America, that's the way people respect you is through politics. You got to, and how do you get politically active if you support your candidate, right? And how do you do that? Well, you lobby, you get lobbyists, or you financial incentives. Money talks, y'all. It is what it is, okay? In the physical realm, money talks. That's just what it is, okay? And so we're looking at this right now, right? And now all of a sudden, Kamala Harris is supporting crypto. Trump's been supporting crypto since, the end of last year and all of that, right? But I got to keep it real. when I saw this by Kamala Harris, I had to give her the sideways look, because as a black man, I found this offensive that black man Harris vows to legalize marijuana, weed, and crypto. And you know what? I got to keep it real.
Come on now, dog. Come on, man.
You see, as a black man, you should be insulted by this headline. You should be insulted by this headline that Kamala Harris thinks that all she has to do is give you a little bit of sprinkle, right? Some weed, like what's homeboy's name? Stephen A. Smith. Some weed, and y'all gonna vote for her because she gonna make weed legal. That should be an insult to any black man. First of all, if you already smoke weed, and you guys know, my thing is this: if you use it medicinally for anxiety, stress, arthritis, do it all good. Recreationally, don't overdo it, as long as it is legal wherever you're at, right? But weed is already legal in 25 states. But now Kamala's using this as a talking point, and I hope brothers see that this is a play, right? To play you guys, and she's trying to play in your face, right? She's trying to play in your face. And then she has that one commercial where basically it says, if you don't vote for Harris, man, Shadow Zulu, please somebody, one of my moderators, post a link where she had, they had this like advertisement that if you don't vote for Kamala, then you ain't getting no black sugar, if you know what I'm talking about. And this is how, like, this is what the left thinks of black men. They want to play in your face. They think that y'all buffoons. They think that all they got to do is make weed legal and throw a couple of Keishas and big booties in your faces, and y'all gonna comply. Listen, this generation, we're not Generation X, okay? We're not, no disrespect to Generation X and the baby boomer generation and the generations before that, but we're not suckers, okay? Because we see the play for what it is. And so me personally, and you guys know me, I don't talk politics like that. I'm not a Republican. I'm not a Democrat. But because, I supported Obama. That's real talk. I did. But I'll be damned, excuse my language, I will be damned if I'm supporting Kamala Harris and she's playing in my face as a black man by saying that, oh, I'm going to make crypto legal and I'm going to make weed legal. You know how she be cackling? And by the way, there's something off about that woman, Shadow Zulu, Israel. And I don't mean this disrespectfully, but why is it that every time she talks, she sounds like somebody's drunk auntie, bro? Like, I'm not even trying to be funny, bro, but like, it's disturbing. Like, this lady, I think she's blitzed out of her mind half the time doing interviews. Like, come on, man. So for me, and I'm not even trying to make this about race, but as a black man, this is an insult to me that you think that by placating and saying that you're going to make weed legal and crypto legal, and look at these buffoons smiling around. Come on, man. I hope black men are not falling for it. And then, they know black men, they know what we like. Then all of a sudden now they're making advertisements with these big booty women talking about, if you don't vote for Kamala, you ain't going to get no sugar. Like, what? And see, at that point, I realized, you know what? They're playing in our faces. They are playing in our faces.
I'm Michael Jordan. Stop it. Get some.
I'm just saying. And here's the thing. So when I look at an article like this, right? Legalize recreational marijuana and provide opportunities for Black Americans to succeed in the industry. So hold on a second. So what was the crime bill about in the 90s? What was all this arresting Black men for weed about in the 90s and 2000s? And now all of a sudden y'all gonna make it legal? And then 1 million fully forgivable loans up to 20,000 for Black entrepreneurs and others to start businesses. Okay, I can't disagree with that. I think that we do need more opportunities for Black businesses because they've been trying to redline us, these banks. And that's why we are in crypto, because we trying to figure out how to circumvent this Babylonian system that we're in, because it's not for us, okay? A plan to come up with rules for cryptocurrency and other digital assets. More than 20% of Black Americans own or have owned cryptocurrency assets, according to the campaign. And this is where we got to talk about it for real, because they know that brothers and sisters too, let's keep it real, sisters as well, we are in the crypto space. It's 20%, right? That's what? 1 out of 5 people. But guess what? A lot of us are more savvy in the crypto space because of the fact that we don't have the traditional opportunities that some other people might have, right? Invest more in black male teachers, promote registered apprenticeship and credentializing opportunities in black community. You know what? Time out. I've heard all this before. Where did I hear this before? Oh, right, Obama, right. You know what I'm saying? I've heard all of this before. But my thing is this, black men, I got to keep it real. Do not let this woman play in your face, bro. She's playing in your face. And I know some people say, Basolo, she remind me of my auntie, though. Basolo, she Jamaican. Look, she what? Bruh. Stop. Look, if she's Jamaican, bro, I look like Shaq, okay? And I got Shaq type money. Stop playing with me, bro. She's playing in your faces. And the sad part is there's a lot of these brothers, especially these Gen X brothers and baby boomers, they love Kamala because Kamala reminds them of that. You know, Kamala's their Keisha.
Beta.
All I'm saying is this. You know what I'm saying? You can say what you want about Trump, but Trump doesn't have to resort to these type of gimmicks to like make weed legal. Weed is already legal in 25 states, but the fact that black men, that's what they're using as an angle is an insult. It's an insult. She playing in your face. Let me see what the chat got to say, man. Because let me calm down because my blood pressure going up. Israel says, I don't even like B-dubs anymore, so they don't deter me from supporting Trump. That's unfortunate. But you know what? After watching the Pop the Balloon show, I can't anymore either, man. I'm done with that. Nassif says, well, hear this, guy. She has to appoint the new president comes January if she says no to Trump. Huh? Okay, Nassif, you got to make that clear. This is going to be a show, my boys, and I'm going to be eating steak come Tuesday. Yeah, so the election, guys, look, I think is gonna be. This is what I think is going to happen. I think that it's going to be when there's not going to be an announcement. I think what's going to be, the media is going to try to play it like it's closer than already is. I don't think it's close, right? But I think they're going to try to play it like it's close. And then I think they're going to preemptively announce that Kamala is the winner, which then is going to, send the stock market and crypto market into a tailspin. But I really think Trump is going to win. That's just what I think it is. You know what I'm saying? What's scary to me is that when you ask people like, yo, what do you rock with Kamala in regards to her policy? They can't really tell you. You know what I'm saying? And so what she does then is she does these, trinket talking points like, oh, what she going to make weed legal for us brothers? And she going to protect crypto. Well, guess what? Weed is already legal in 25 states. And Trump has a better crypto plan by doing crypto as a reserve than Kamala does. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, let's listen to how crypto is affecting El Salvador in a good way. Okay, guys? And then we'll continue with this. Let's get it popping, man. Y'all hit the like button, man. Likes are free.
Max, so you say El Salvador through Bitcoin is now achieving the American dream. Explain it to us.
The Salvadoran dream is alive and well. Charles, they actually have reverse migration at the southern border. More people are going to El Salvador than the other way around because we've got economic freedom here. We've got freedom of speech here. We're paying down our debt. The economy is growing. Inflation is under 1%. President Bukele is the most popular leader in the world. It's the safest country in the Western Hemisphere right now.
El Salvador has been blessed, guys, right? Everybody was laughing. They were trying to, what's the one? I forgot. The one economic group was trying to box El Salvador out. El Salvador now is known as the safest country in the Western world, guys. Facts. And the fact of the matter is they're up on their crypto. I hope they're taking profits. You feel me? Put into some Shiba or XRP. By the way, man, shout out to the Shiba gang. SHIB, XRP all day, every day. Let's go.
Now it's safer than Disneyland to come to El Salvador. You have a greater risk of getting mugged in Disneyland than getting attacked here in El Salvador, Charles.
You know, Max, our housekeeper is from El Salvador. She became an American citizen 3 years ago, but she always talks about going back to her country. And she came back recently from a visit. She said that not only is Bukele, to your point, his approval rating is like 93%, but that all the countries around El Salvador would love for him to be their president as well. I mean, is it that good?
The other countries, the most popular president in these other countries like Chile and Guatemala, Honduras, is Nayib Bukele, the president of El Salvador, because he exemplifies what you want in a leader. He's decisive, he's courageous, he's charismatic, and he's super smart. And he's working for the people. He's reducing the size of government. He's building beautiful public works like the new library down in the historic center of El Salvador. Look, Charles, when Bukele went after the gangs about 2 years ago, this country enjoyed an enormous peace dividend of $6 billion, right? It's a $28 billion company. $6 billion that was being extorted by the gangs went right back into the pockets of Salvadorans.
So Kamala said, oh, she going to protect crypto, but she ain't. That's cap. Because if she was going to protect crypto, she would have been at the Bitcoin conference when she got the invite, but she opted not to go. Why is that? Skirt bars, right? Keep up with me because I'm going to be talking really fast. I'm going to be on my Ben Shapiro double talk time. Guys, when Trump said that he's going to use Bitcoin as a reserve, so imagine the abundance El Salvador has. You don't think that could happen for America? Imagine if Trump says, yo, we're going to use Bitcoin as a reserve. That's a fact. And then XRP as a reserve. Oh, bro. You know what I'm saying? Now, Bitcoin, of course, you feel me? That'll be a reserve. But imagine if Trump says, yo, we're going to use XRP as a reserve as well, or XDC or XLM. I'm just saying. The fact that Trump already, has his own crypto platform or own cryptocurrency, I get it. A lot of people think, oh, it's just the money. Or no, I think Trump is a businessman. He understands that the dollar is going down. And I personally believe we're going back to the gold standard. And I think that we're going to see XRP and XLM and XDC be backed by gold, silver, and bronze. You're going to see certain cryptos being backed by certain physical assets because right now where we're at, in terms of this money with BRICS making moves and what's going on in Israel and what's going on in Russia and Ukraine and all of that, what's going on with the money's messed up, y'all. The money's worthless. Right now, everybody, all these elites, they play it in your face. The money is worthless. Why do you think gold is at an all-time high? Why do you think that? The money is worthless. That's why these elites are playing in your face and they just trying to they trying to usher in the CBDC system because they want everybody to continue to be enslaved. That's what it is. Let's keep it real.
And they've used that as a multiplying effect. They're opening businesses. They're out and about. They are just creating a certain frenzy of activity. And people are moving here. Tourism is going gangbusters, as you know.
Yeah, no, I'm glad you brought that up because there's no way any economy can be successful if it doesn't. You cannot have prosperity without peace. You can't have booming economies if people are afraid to go outside. Let me ask you about Donald Trump here in America.
And before he talks about Trump, shout out to Ryan James. Gold now around 2,800 an ounce, new all-time high. Facts. Okay. Thank you, Shadow Zulu. Shadow Zulu brought this up. Kamala Harris wants to tax unrealized capital gains. That a president has never done that before. Hold up. Let me see if I can pull that up. And for those that don't know what it means that she can tax you on your crypto that you haven't even cashed out yet. That is crazy. So unrealized capital gains tax, she wants to do something crazy like 40%. By doing that, it means that you'll never be able to cash out. You'll never be able to do anything unless you write it off as a loss. It would be something unprecedented. Okay, let's show this. Once again, guys, I'm not here just to talk. I'm here to show you facts, right? So how is that going to help people that are in the crypto community? How? Hold up, guys. I'm going to show you guys in a moment. How's that going to help people in the crypto community? if she, you know, does a 25% unrealized capital gains tax? How is that going to help brothers? But see, she put the weed in front of it. Then she put the big booty Keisha in front of it and tells you that, oh, if you don't vote for Kamala, you're not going to get this sugar. You're not going to get this brown sugar, and you ain't going to get this free weed. But by the way, while Kamala's doing this playing in your face, with the other hand, she going to charge you 25% unrealized capital gains tax, and that's how she going to get the bread back. Man, shout out to all my passport bros, bro, because listen, I would have been in Nigeria right now if the bull run happened. I'm not even playing with y'all. Let's continue.
Because he's fully embraced Bitcoin. The price of Bitcoin always seems now these days to move with his odds of winning the election. What are your thoughts on this sort of greater acceptance in America of Bitcoin these days?
Well, America is doing a good job imitating El Salvador, right? El Salvador is the first mover advantage. We are a Bitcoin country. Bitcoin is legal tender. We're building capital markets on top of Bitcoin. Now, Donald Trump in America is playing catch up. Matt Gaetz is also playing catch up, but he's created the El Salvadoran caucus, which is now very vibrant in Washington, D.C. Matt Gaetz is here practically every other weekend. I see him on the golf course. He'll be in our golf tournament on January 10th and 11th.
Hey, listen, I got less than a minute to go. There was a hornet's nest a week ago with Michael Saylor. Apparently, he made some comments that rubbed a lot of Bitcoiners the wrong way. I think you played a role in resolving it. Again, 30 seconds. What happened?
Well, Michael Saylor made a false equivalency between self-custody of Bitcoin and having a Bitcoin custody at a bank or some other third party, which goes against all that Bitcoin represents. Bitcoin separates money from state. It's unconfiscatable. It's uncensorable. And you don't want somebody else holding your keys. So he got taken to the woodshed, Michael Saylor, and he got a spanking from the OGs, and he has issues and mea culpa. So he's able to change his mind, which is very good.
Right. He changed his mind. Listen, I love Saylor. I love you. Great stuff. We'll talk to you again real soon.
Hey, yo, Nassif, man, make sure you caught me a rollie too, son. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you caught me a rollie too. You know what I'm saying? So, guys, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show you this article that shows that Kamala's trying to tax 25%. And once again, I'm not here to tell you guys who to vote for, because quite frankly, I don't care who you guys vote for. I just care about the truth. Okay. So you guys know me. I'm not Republican. I'm not Democrat. But at the end of the day, at 25% unrealized capital gains tax, right? And that is for assets. So imagine, let me put it simply like this. Imagine you hold 100 million Shiba Inu, okay? They can, and you didn't cash out. With what Kamala's proposing, let me put this in layman terms, is that they can tax you on that $100 million Shiba Inu, the 100 million Shiba Inu that you got, even though you didn't cash out. And so you're talking about getting taxed for something that you haven't even profited from yet, right? That's what unrealized capital gains tax is. And she wants to do 25%. So imagine, because SHIB, you bought SHIB at the top, 2021, you bought 100 million. And then imagine now Kamala's in office and she wants to tax you. Well, SHIB is down now. They can tax you on that. Now, because SHIB is down, you might be able to get, that might be favorable for you. However, if SHIB goes up, right, then you get taxed on that, even if you don't cash out. Like I said, this is the same. So how is Kamala Harris, right? This article, right? This is October 14th, talking about protecting crypto for black men and all this junk. But then on the flip side, you're trying to tax on unrealized capital gains. I'm telling y'all, this lady's playing in y'all faces. And a lot of people are falling for the okie doke because a lot of people, one thing I realize about politics is a lot of people fall for emotionalism. They're not listening to policies. They're not listening to facts. They're not doing the research. It's just people just vote on somebody because of skin color, which is stupid to me. You feel me? And as a black man, imagine, bro, if I were to talk like this at the barbecue, they would call me a bunch of sellouts and Uncle Toms. But if you were to ask any black person that said barbecue, what do you know about Donald Trump's policies or Kamala Harris' policy? It would be crickets.
I'm Michael Jordan. Stop it.
So for me personally, I look at the character of a man. I think that Trump is a businessman. He's going to do what he's got to do. And when I look at Kamala, bro, she's playing in our faces. And that's all I got to say about that, man. Now, let's talk about Shiba Inu really quickly. There's a lot of bullishness that SHIB could go up on a rally in November. The charts have been looking very juicy for the longest. I've been telling you guys now for months that SHIB is itching to break out, right? Let me make this up, man. I'm making this really big. You know what I'm saying? And so for me personally, I think that Shiba is definitely a coin that, I'm still dollar cost averaging. I'm still holding. And I think that, will it be a catalyst? I don't know. But Doge was doing well the other day. And of course, we know that Shiba and Doge run in tandem, right? So when Doge runs, then SHIB runs with SHIB. When Doge runs, then SHIB runs with Doge, or shortly thereafter, right? And so when you look at the charts, I mean, it's looking for a major breakout. And when that breakout happens, guys, it's definitely something that, you want to make sure that you have some SHIB if you're in SHIB, or hold on to it, right? Not financial advice, because I'm not a financial advisor, but I'm just giving you my opinion on why I'm still bullish on SHIB, right? Let's see what the chat is saying. Nasir says, I'm going back to Thailand October next year. We're going to have the Rolex and all. The West is cooked. Everything overseas is booked out this year. Yeah, I feel you. Nasir says, if you vote on skin color, that's wild. Nasir, I hate to say it to you, but that was when Obama ran. That I couldn't tell you in 2008 what Obama was doing, but because he was a black man, that's all I could tell you, right? And guess what? 18 years, 16 years later, nothing has changed, man. I mean, really, what is... Oh, man, I'm going to leave it at that. But you'd be shocked how many people are just going to vote based on skin color. And that's not just on Kamala's side. That's also on the other side as well. They're using celebrities heavy to rally foolish people into voting for them. Yeah. They got Beyonce on there, you know what I'm saying, for 2 minutes. And people got... Oh, man. We need businessmen in office. This nation needs people who can put our finances back together. Yes. And people that are not politically compromised, people that are not compromised by these evil entities or institutions, people that are not compromised. We need those type of people in office. And I really believe that when people are talking prophetically that God is cleaning up the world, not just, cleaning up America, but the world, that, these evil people are getting out of office. You see the Abercrombie and Fitch weirdo looking dude, he just got exposed. You see all these celebrities getting exposed, right? And I really think that, we're living in prophetic times right now, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's just being honest. Nasif said, put it this way, Kamala gets into office, the rich can leave. Trump gets into office, the poor can't leave. They cry instead, and that's free. I look at it like this, man. I think that at the end of the day, Trump has already shown, has a proven track record of being a president. When he was in office, the economy, when Trump was in office, I was making some of the best money I ever made. A lot of people were saying that. I was just at the local bowling alley. People were saying, yeah, when Trump was in office, I was making bread. Facts. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, when I look at Kamala, bro, listen, bro, I just don't think she is ready, bro. I don't think she's ready. She looks like a deer in headlights. Half the time she's slurring her speech, right? I'll show you some footage. I mean, it's just, I don't even want to do Kamala like that. You know what I'm saying? She's a beautiful lady, but she needs to sit down somewhere and just, I don't know, go fishing, I guess. I really don't know. Okay, guys, let's talk about XRP, man. X marks the spot. So yesterday, 21 Shares, which is an investing company, filed for an XRP ETF, guys. When this happens, right? When XRP ETFs finally get approved, it's going to be a catalyst for XRP to revisit previous all-time highs, right? I don't think XRP really needs that. I think that when you look at, the coin that has been the most scrutinized in the crypto community, it's XRP bar none, right? And we know why. We've talked about this for years. Now, guys, what happens if BlackRock gets in the mix? It's a wrap then. You feel me? We go to $5 if BlackRock is in the mix. So XRP ETFs, I don't see that being approved until sometime next year. But when it does get approved, you definitely want to make sure that, you know, you got a little bit of a baggie of XRP for sure. You know what I mean? And shout out to the XDC gang as well. I'm still always repping the XDC gang all the time. You already know. Ryan James says, next target, 0.5 ounce of gold, 2024. Austria's Magic of Gold, China, last coin in series. Okay. You got to put me on game. Brah, if we don't get taxed on tips, it's over next year. I'm making 200K. Hey, man, listen, man. Salute. I hope you do. I hope you make more than that, you know, because you're going to need to make every penny with what's coming up next. All right, so let's see what else we got here.
You know, once they start comparing Bitcoin to gold on CNBC, things are going to get real spicy in the next year.
Look, I'm of the age where people believed in gold in the 70s and 80s. And it is the goal for people 40 and under, and also Bill Miller. And me. I mean, I do think it's a hedge against inflation. I do think there's limited supply. That's the whole gimmick. So don't stop it. So Mac.
That's the, oh yeah, we're about to make hundreds of millions, if not billions of dollars in crypto phase. And like I've mentioned before, do not be surprised if later on down the road, Bitcoin ends up decoupling from crypto and ends up joining the commodity space to be traded side by side with gold, silver, platinum, all of the other true storage of value assets. You know, once...
Right. So shout out to Ryan James, right? Because we're talking about gold, and I've been talking about gold, silver. I'm not really an expert on that, so I'm going to leave it to y'all in the chat. But if you can afford to get some gold, silver, get some of those tangible physical assets, I'm all for it, because you just heard what he said. Wait, I got to rerun it? All right, let me play it again.
They start comparing Bitcoin to gold on CNBC, things are going to get real spicy in the next year.
Look, I'm of the age where people believed in gold in the 70s and 80s. And it is the goal for people 40 and under, and also Bill Miller. And me. I mean, I do think it's a hedge against inflation. I do think there's limited supply. That's the whole gimmick. So don't stop it. So Mac.
That's the, oh yeah, we're about to make hundreds of millions, if not billions of dollars in crypto phase. And like I've mentioned before, do not be surprised if later on down the road, Bitcoin ends up decoupling from crypto and ends up joining the commodity space to be traded side by side with gold, silver, platinum, all of the other true storage of value assets. You know? Yeah,
that wouldn't shock me, right? And something, we've been talking about that for years as well. You feel me? XRP gang, all that, right? Let's talk about retirement. I mean, guys, listen, man. And this is why, like, when people say, oh, crypto is a scam, it's a force. Like, when you start hearing people talk like this, and this is not just, these are like experts on CNBC, you know, your MSM mainstream media, right? Although I do believe that, you know, YouTube has surpassed independent media, now has surpassed mainstream media, in my opinion. Shout out to Joe Rogan for getting one of the biggest interviews with Donald Trump, right? Shout out to him. But let's hear about retirement and how Florida is trying to use crypto as retirement. Once again, guys, trendsetters, we're so far ahead of everybody when it comes to this crypto information that by the time people realize what's going on, we're literally going to be in like Marty McFly and flying cars, man, going to our penthouses somewhere in Goshen, man. Let's continue.
This is an interesting, just a quote. Recently, Governor DeSantis also leaned forward to protect the personal finances of Floridians from government overreach and woke corporate monitoring, and by signing legislation to fight back against the central bank digital currency, CBDC. So you're actually looking at this, the CBDC is a centralized currency, which is sort of the antithesis to what crypto or Bitcoin aims to be. So there's a sort of a tinge of some political rhetoric in that comment, Jeff. So you think that the government's going to continue to print too much money? You think Bitcoin is a way for Floridians to maintain purchasing power?
Thank you for making those points, because that's exactly where our head is on this. We look at the failed policies of Washington. I hope President Trump is going to do the turnaround, but I don't think it's going to happen overnight. He's walking into a real mess. But we need to be able to have a hedge against this massive overreach by the federal government with a centralized currency. Look, I don't want the federal government knowing when my son went to the grocery store to go buy a bag of Doritos.
Yeah, and we've talked about this, right? If it goes to CBDCs, it's a wrap. It's a wrap, guys, because they'll be able to control your money. They'll be able to tell you what to spend your money on, right? And then they'll be able to control how much money you get. You will never able, if CBDCs are in place, obtaining wealth as an individual, you'll never be able to do so. Never. Because the system then makes it where we're basically wage slaves forever. Like now you can be an entrepreneur, invest and do things like that. But now with CBDCs, there will be no pathway to that. It's modern slavery. Facts.
Massive overreach by the federal government with a centralized currency. Look, I don't want the federal government knowing when my son went to the grocery store to go buy a bag of Doritos at 2:15 in the afternoon. So we need to have some protections in place. And I think where we make it a welcome and interesting expansion of dialogues in Florida, and maybe even a greater expansion. We have about $800 million in crypto-related investments in our state portfolio, but I would not be shocked if you
Whoa. Let's go back to that. Y'all see that? Wait. They got 800 million in the state portfolio. So hold up. So these people are still talking about crypto's a scam, it's fake. But you got Florida that got almost $1 billion in the state portfolio in crypto. Yet if you were to talk to, let's play a game, chat. Let's play a game. If you were to talk to 10 Americans, like you walk outside right now, you walk outside your neighborhood, down the street, at the mall. If you were to talk to 10 random people, how many people would you say are in crypto? Like play with me, chat. Would you say it's 5 people, 2, 1, 10? How many people? The state of Florida, this guy just said they got 800 million in a crypto fund, almost $1 billion, which in my opinion is still light for Florida. Florida should have 10 times the amount, to be honest with you, minimum. But if you were to talk to the average American right now, how many of them are in crypto? Just walking down the street or being at the mall.
In crypto-related investments in our state portfolio, but I would not be shocked if you don't see that growing under a Trump administration in the near future. Crypto-related investments in our state portfolio.
Okay, guys. All right, guys. Hello? All right, guys. So I don't know if guys heard what I said, but I was saying that, you know what, the Florida, can y'all hear me? Hold on a second. I want to make sure my audio is on point. Okay, cool. So he was saying that the state of Florida has 800 million, right? How many people, and I don't know if I'm repeating myself, let me know. If Florida has $800 million in a crypto-related portfolio, and you were to walk outside right now, your neighborhood, down the street, your mall, your local restaurants, how many people do you think out of 10 people, if you were to talk to 10 people, how many of those people do you think are in crypto? Like, play with me, chat. 5, 10, 9, 2, right? 800 million is light for Florida. In my opinion, Florida should have 10x that amount, right? It's crazy to me. So you see what's going on where, you know, you got now independent like states like Florida's putting money into crypto, stuff like that. But you got some local hermit trying to tell you that crypto is no good, that it's okay. All right, guys. So the last one is Michael Saylor is talking about how Bitcoin is going to eat gold up in the near future. Okay. And we're going to talk about it and then let's get it popping. Okay. Here we go.
Bitcoin crossing the $70,000 mark for the first time on Friday this morning. It's now above $72,000. Join us right now to talk Bitcoin is Michael Saylor, strategy executive chairman, and 8K out from the company this morning, revealing it just bought more than $800 million in Bitcoin. As of the end of last month, his company held about 200,000 70,000 Bitcoins. And Michael, I want to thank you for joining us. You have been early and courageous, and you continue to double down. I want to talk about where you think Bitcoin is, but also want to talk about how you think about MicroStrategy and your company as a proxy for Bitcoin now that ETFs are available to the public.
Sure. Well, I think I'd start just with Bitcoin. Bitcoin is certainly at least digital gold. It's going to eat gold. It's got all of the great attributes of gold, and it's got none of the defects of gold.
Yeah, digital gold. I agree with that. If we're talking digital, yes. You know what I'm saying? And guys in the chat, let me know if you can hear me. I don't know if the chat fell asleep, but yeah, I mean, digital gold, I agree with that. And guys in the chat, let me know if I certainly agree with that.
If you could teleport gold from New York to Tokyo in a few minutes, people would like it. It's going to divert capital from risk assets and risk ETFs like SPY. And you can see that these ETFs are doing that. It's going to be incorporated into a lot of funds like the BlackRock Global Opportunities Fund or the Strategic Income Opportunities Fund. And so it's an asset class. As it goes into other funds, it's going to become structural. The halving is going to cut the organic supply of natural sellers in half around April 20th. That means there's only about $32 million a day of natural sellers. And the price of Bitcoin is going to have to adjust up in order to meet that investor demand. So I think that's what's going to happen next.
Okay, so this is a bit older, right? This video is about 6-7 months old or something like that. But there's a reason why I want to play that, because there's going to come a point where there's going to be Bitcoin is going to be in a supply crunch. Technically, it is. They can only mine, right? They're mining 900 Bitcoin a day, but yet you always hear these ETFs are buying up, you know, millions and hundreds of millions or even billions worth of Bitcoin. And it makes you wonder, like, what are they getting? So what I'm saying is that there's going to be a point where Bitcoin one day, guys, you're going to wake up and it's going to be up maybe 15,000 or 20,000 or even maybe even 30,000, right? So imagine what you wake up and Bitcoin tomorrow is 80,000 or 90,000 in one day, because the supply crunch is going to create something like that. Kind of similar to what GameStop did, right? In a sense. And that's what is happening with the ETFs. And one day you're going to wake up and then it's going to be crazy, because then people are going to, you know, FOMO in, which is going to be silly, or you're going to have people taking profits, right? And so, guys, let's talk about taking profits, because it's very important, guys, that you have a plan. I always talk about taking profits. Have a strategy in place. Whether the strategy is, you know, a conservative strategy, a moon boy strategy, have strategies for different scenarios, man. It's good to have a strategy in place. And also, please get yourself protected. Get a ledger, get a tracer, you know, get a cold storage wallet. You feel me? Because at the end of the day, a lot of people are falling to these scams and stuff like that. And that's something I'm going to talk about more, because some of these scams are now getting so sophisticated, especially with this AI stuff, that it's ridiculous now, where, you know, all it takes is one link and this and that. So I really want people to protect their assets, because you are your own custody. You are your own bank, okay? So that onus of responsibility, it's paramount that you take it very seriously by having a ledger tracer. Don't be like my cousin one time, who he had over 6 figures on Coinbase worth of crypto, which is silly, okay? Unless you're trading that day, or, you know, you're doing limit orders or sell orders, you know, once again, I always tell you guys, make sure that you are only willing to risk on exchanges what you're willing to lose. Make sure you have a cold storage wallet, okay? And make sure that nobody knows the private keys, you know, except for yourself or your wife, you know what I'm saying? And take profits. Yes, Shadow Zulu's right. Don't be greedy, take profits. Because what happens is that, you know, greed is a real thing in crypto, because one thing that happens is people get euphoria, and I've seen it. 2021, I've seen people lose their minds, bro. You feel me? And then what happens is like you hear some of these people, and you're like, oh my gosh. And then you lose your mind too. And that's why you got to be deeply rooted in your plan and your strategy, right? It's very important, okay? So looking at DEX tools right now, Trump coins are down. Coincidentally, Kamala coins are up, right? So I do think the election will be very interesting. Probably a seldom used event. We'll see. Meme coins are stunting. You know what, guys? Now they're talking about this meme coin super cycle, right? And I'm laughing because now all these YouTubers that were like, you know, dubbing meme coins a few years ago, now all of a sudden they talking about meme coins, this and that, and I'm just laughing, bro, because we've been talking like y'all coming late. Like, I'm not saying they're coming late to the party, but we've been talking about these meme coins. You know what I'm saying? And so it's just funny to see now all these big YouTubers talking about meme coins when we've been talking about meme coins now for the last 3 years. You know what I'm saying? 3.5 years to be exact, you know? And so at the end of the day, I think that meme coins are going to be the best. Yes, I think meme coins are going to be the best category. I think that if you're looking long term and future wise, AI and RWAs are going to be the second best category. But I think with AI still early. But if you get into the right AI coin, man, you can set yourself up for generations to come because AI is not going anywhere, right? I'm using Chat GPT today to make a YouTube short. You know what I'm saying? But I think that meme coins, if you're in the right meme coins, you can be a trendsetter for not just your lineage, but just period. Okay, because meme coins are just fun, and a lot of the utility coins, I think people are realizing that with a lot of utility coins, it's not that they're frauds or fake per se. Some of them are. Let's keep it real. But it's just a lot of the utility is not ready yet. And with meme coins, the utility is whatever you choose it to be, right? So meme coins, I'm very bullish. That's my number one category. You guys know. I'm still rocking with AI, RWAs, utility coins, all of that too. But I think that when they talk now, everybody's talking about this meme coin super cycle. I think that meme coins are going to shock people. I think meme coins in 2025 will shock people. I still believe SHIB is going to see a penny. Facts. I still believe that. You know, I still believe that, you know, Bonk is going to do well. Sheena Inu is going to do well. You know, all the meme coins that I've been talking about this year, you know, Sanctuary Token, still got my eyes on that too, even though it's not really doing anything. But guys, we are early to the party. And now, guys, right, I keep you guys in my prayers because you guys are the ones that are going to change, you know, the world. Some of you guys are going to be millionaires and billionaires. I genuinely believe that. And so I want you guys to start mentally preparing yourself on businesses that you want to run, on family members you want to help. How are you going to navigate people asking you for money? How are you going to navigate bad characters or people that are deceitful? How are you going to deal with being in a different tax bracket? How are you going to plan long-term to earn passive income? If you don't know what that term is, please watch my older videos because that should be mandatory. But a lot of you guys in this space, you guys are going to be the trendsetters. That's why I call this channel Trendsetter Crypto TV, because anybody watching this in crypto right now, you're going to change the world. And not just your family members and friends, but also your community. And so you guys got to start thinking big and ask God, pray and ask for direction, you know, because at the end of the day, I can't tell you what to do, but I can tell you, you know, hit the Cash App, you know what I'm saying? You feel me? But guys, listen, man, I really, I'm glad to be live streaming, and you guys are going to see me live stream more. I can't give you a time frame yet, but depending on what happens after November 5th, you guys are going to see me live stream more. And whatever happens that night, don't panic. If your candidate wins or loses, don't panic. At the end of the day, you know, we living in interesting times. So that's all that matters, is that, you know, you are, you know, rooted in your foundation and make sure it's a positive one. Okay. L Smooth says, when SHIB hit a penny, I wouldn't need to touch my XRP. Facts. Well, that's the goal, right? The goal is that hopefully you'll never have to touch your XRP, right? And then you could earn residuals on that XRP. That would be the ultimate goal, right? So anything is possible. But with that being said, guys, my time is up. I'm very thankful. Once again, God bless y'all. It's your boy Jones, and I'm out. Peace.
Resist now. Resist now.